Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Welcome back to another Conceptis portion of the stream. I'm your host, Strange Bro Jim, and today, once again, the avatar is back up, and we are going to be continuing where we last left off. Um, well, I mean, we pretty much ended a little earlier than normal yesterday, but there wasn't really much left for me to kind of work on. Um, there's only a little bit of time left before a reset happens, um, and you know, probably going to be kind of skipping the Fill-a-Pix for the most part. Because it's a medium difficulty, probably not going to be able to get through all of the um, all of that today, or for the 1 hour. So we'll have to kind of hold off on that. Concerning the Link-a-Pix, though, they do mention that it is an easy one, but I mean the board looks, you know, fairly large for the most part, so it'll probably take the entire hour to finish this one off, or at least potentially. We'll have to see on that. So let me go ahead and get that available. Um, 1 second. Let me need to find where it's at. There we go. And there we go. Okay, awesome. So, um, um, MJ, welcome back to the stream. Uh, been a while. Um, be careful with the spoilers because I don't know what the heck you're talking about, and personally, I would like to find that information out firsthand before before you know let me try to experience the game a little bit. And I've been kind of holding off on allowing multiplayers at least until I can get a good sense of what the game is about. Um, which I'm still learning the game, and um, let me kind of experience it a little bit before allowing any kind of multiplayer in the game. Hopefully you understand. But yeah, um, I don't want people coming on in going, "Oh, hey, here's all these, parts and equipment that, you know, it's gonna probably take me, you know, it'll probably take me like, good like 10 hours or something like that to maybe find myself, but still, you know, um, would like to try to experience it a little bit before anybody comes on in and starts going, hey, here's all this, impressive equipment that I've never seen before. So, so be careful with the spoilers and all that kind of jazz. I mean, I don't mind backseating for a little bit, or when it comes to No Man's Sky, um, but don't. There's a fine line between backseating and spoilers as well. So you know, but I'll get there in probably a couple hours. Um, so once the game starts, then I hope that you're still here with me. as I experience the game. So, hey there, Kirito, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. How's your day been? Um, you thinking about playing some Genshin Impact? Two things are holding you back? Okay, well, what's those two things? They might not necessarily be that big of a deal, but I don't know. Like I said, depends on the two things. Let's see. Well, you're broke. Well, I mean, Blackheart and I are also broke, so I mean, and we're playing the game. I mean, relatively okay. I mean, it's not like um, you know, it's not like we've, you know, um, it's been a while with us playing it, so we've um, built up our equipment and stuff like that for a while now. So we're not exactly brand new to the game, but you know, um, we never, I definitely have not put any money into Genshin Impact. I don't, and I don't think Blackheart has either. So when it comes to being broke, I mean, you're right there with us. So, so I wouldn't really stress too much about that, because it is a free-to-play game. So, um, it's just, you know, you have to understand that it's probably going to take you longer than people that can shell out money. Um, and to be honest, um, that's okay. Don't stress about like, what others can do, just find enjoyment for what you can do, right? So, um, and where you can play it, that much I'm not quite sure because I don't know what all you have. But from what I understand, it has like multiple platforms that it can be played on, computer being obviously, one of them, seeing that I play on computer, but like I think it can be played on mobile. I think it's also available on some consoles. So you should be able to, you know, play on quite a bit if you can, maybe. Again, I don't know. I don't know what you got, so um, but yeah, so um, that's a color that I don't normally see is purple. Go. Hmm. Oh, I don't know. Benjamin playing as her mostly. Hmm. let's see. And this is where things start getting a little rough because now we're looking at, you know, the larger values and well, like, where where did they go? So, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Um, hmm. They say that this one's easy, but with these very large numbers that they have, I'm not so sure about that. Because I don't know, like, where, you know, what kind of twists and turns might be there, what might kind of potentially cause problems. So, like, do I, have some circles here? Do I have some circles there? That kind of thing. So, or is it like a straight shot? It's like a straight shot for that one. So, it's one of those things where it's like, sometimes I don't know, what I might be needing to kind of deal with in these particular scenarios. So, hmm. See, like for example, this one, I could go up and over, or I could do something like this. I'm not sure. So, these two sevens are connected with each other, but it could be up here and across, or it could be over and across, or it could be any kind of combination therein, and it, you know, so that's a problem with some of these sometimes. So it's like, uh, So I'll have to do that, and the 9 comes down here, which basically makes this 15 go like that. Okay. Now obviously this 15 can't go wrap around and go all the way up there. You know, these two 15s connect, but I guess this is the only thing that I can do with that, so. Okay, I think that's 15 connects with this 15 down there. This 15 connects with this 15 over here. So I'm assuming. Oh, 0 wrong links, so I'm doing okay for the most part. Um, hmm. It comes right around like so with the 6s, maybe. Looks good, okay. So I got a straight shot there, although again, I don't know if it might, will it curve down like this or does it curve out like that? I don't know. Straight shot, 17 goes up like so. Okay, these 12s need to connect with each other, but obviously I can't connect the 15s like that. A direct shot with each other, so I'm gonna have to move the 15 up and around like that. 12 comes on down here like so, okay, and 6. Okay, at 13 comes down like so. Okay, 11 goes up like that. Okay, the 17 has to go up and around like that, but obviously, as you can see, it needs a little bit, needs to do something. Whether it's over here or over there, I'm not sure. Could be something like this. Still needs a little bit more room. Okay, so like maybe that. 10 like so. This 14 is a little problematic here as well. Assuming it has to go around like that. These are done there. 14 comes down like this and across. Okay. The 7 going down there. 15, what we got? Pretty much a straight shot there. Okay. 4s. Do 15 coming down here. I'm actually playing Sound Lost Song. Oh, Sword Art Online Lost Song. Gotcha. got 6 with the straight shot there. 18 comes across there. 16. Okay. So we'll kind of push things along here a little bit. There's that. There's that. There's that. There's that. Okay. That's helpful. That works. Let's see. Got 14 and 17. Just connect there. 14 has to come out that way. This 5 has to connect like that. 4 is done there. 5. Not quite sure where I can take this 17 though. Am I going around like this? Or do I have to kind of go up and around? No, that's not going to work because we're blocking off the 14 and both of those 14s there. Can't go down this way because I'm blocking both of the 7s. Can't go up here and just kind of move around because obviously that's not going to get me to that 17. So it has to be up this way. So I think we're just going to have to try to connect them together up here like that. 0 row links, okay. Let's see, what else? I wonder, do I have to bring this on the outside? No, that's not going to work. Okay, so we'll have to do this. That. There we go. Okay, 17 comes out like that. Parents hated that game? In what way? Okay, I'm assuming that this is the right course of action here. Got a 14, and it's probably going to be coming down like so. Do I go up or do I go across? Not sure. Let's hold off on that for right now. 5 is done there. Oh, they hated the music? Yeah. I mean, let's face it, you know, for some odd reason, music tends to divide a lot of people. You know, well, what kind of crap are you listening to? Back in my day, this used to, it sounded like real music, blah blah blah, right? And it's like, Yeah. We can definitely find examples of good music in your generation too there. Um so yeah, it's one of those things where it's like now don't get me wrong, okay? There are some genres that I don't really enjoy, okay? Um I don't really like listening to the music because it just I don't know. It's um maybe it's just the overall sound, or maybe it's just um, the overall beat, or something like that. I don't know. It was still one of those things where it's like, um, you know, uh, you know, um, like I'm not a big fan of country music or jazz. Jazz mostly because not to say that it's not complicated, because it is, but um, for me, I never really got into um, for me, jazz can be a little too chaotic. Not to say that it's bad, because you have a lot of people that have done really good works in it. It's just I don't know. It's always been one where I just can't seem to um I can't necessarily jive with music myself. Because as soon as I go like, oh, okay, I can sense a pattern on this one. I can sense a pattern. Okay, I hear it, and they totally change it up, like right afterwards, and it's like, wait, what? What did you just do? That kind of thing. So it's one of those things where it's like, sometimes, I just uh, I can't necessarily um it just feels a little too chaotic to me, when it comes to jazz, right? You know, but like I said, it's not to say that I'm never going to say that it's bad music or anything along those lines. No, I mean, a lot of people enjoy it. A lot of people, um, find a sense of, um, they love jazz. They love country music, that kind of thing. Um, you know, is it going to be my cup of tea? No, but that doesn't mean that, I'm ever going to be like, you know, you know, uh, it's terrible music, or some crap like that. So music is not English, it was Japanese. Well, I mean, sometimes people need to broaden their horizons a little bit, you know. Listen to something that is not of their own culture, you know. It's not something that happens, you know, a lot here in the States. It has happened though, where you have a lot of people that have enjoyed, um, music from a different culture, and it has kind of caught on with wildfire and stuff like that. It has happened here in the States multiple times. But I mean, you're still gonna have those people that are just gonna be like listening to it and go, "This is the worst music ever." It's like, okay. Caught my brother saying that once, and I'm like going, Hey, brother. You know that Dad said that exact same thing to you when you were young? I remember that conversation clearly. You guys got into a very heated argument by it, you know. So, yeah, it's hilarious. Okay. Hmm, I don't know. There's too many possibilities on this one. You know, could do something like that. Or it could be something like this. You know, I don't really know. Okay. I don't think these sixes are going to be like this because that blocks off the seven, like almost completely. So that's not a possibility. Um, hmm. I suspect that it's probably something like this. This one is pretty much a straight shot. Am I doing everything okay? Oh, no wrong lengths. Okay. We'll just do the sixes like that. And then we'll do 12 like so. And how are we doing? Lengths? We're good. Okay. Windows, stop that. Okay. Um, trying to move the window around so that I can see it a little bit better, but it's wanting me to throw it into full screen. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep an eye on chat. Stop it. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll have to do sevens like that. Fives are like gonna be like that. 14 comes out here. 17 comes down there. I can't do the 14 around like that because obviously, you know, for one thing, it won't link up. So another thing, it will cut off both the 17 and the 15 if I try to do something like that. So it has to be either going up like this and around, which doesn't work, or it has to go around like this, which I think is the proper connection. So then of course we got 6 here. 10 comes down there. 10 comes down there. Okay, I can't do 17 around like that. Cuts off both of the 4s, so I'll have to move it around this way, which... Okay, I guess we'll just have to loop it around like that. Okay, so far. Okay, this 15 has to come up and around like that. Can't go up because that would cut off the 6 there, so it has to come on down here and across. If I do the 6 down here, it cuts off the 12, so it's most likely like that. 12 comes out here. Is it a straight shot up? Seems that way. Is the 15 a straight shot across as well? Looks like it. 12 up and around. Seems that way. 17. Well, that's going to be a bit of a rough job there. 17 out and straight up. Okay. These 5s can't go out that way, so those have to come out and connect like that. Let's see. There we go. That's about as much as we can do there. Everything looks good. Um, hmm. Okay, if I go up like this, then this 6 is pretty much stuck because like we have to have that 7 come out like so, right? Otherwise. And there's no room for that 6. So this 6 has to kind of go this way. And if I try to take the 6 out here, it's not going to work with connecting either way. So it has to go up there, and we'll have to switch them around like that. 7 has to connect like that. 5 like so. And then of course we get the 6 connected there. Okay. Obviously I can't bring the 15 around like this. You know, don't have the length. Plus, it cuts off, you know, the 4s and the 12s, so it can't really do anything like that, right? So it has to come around like this way. Where it goes from there, I don't really know yet, so I'll have to hold off on that for right now. You know, is it going to be doing a straight shot down and across, or is it somehow going to go this way? If it does that, it cuts off both of the 8s, so probably not. It probably is just a straight shot down and to the left there. So, let's see. Okay, there's no room for me to move the 12 around up here to connect with each other. So I'm assuming I have to move down and around like this for it to kind of work. And then of course we got a connection there. How are we doing so far? Okay. Um, Okay, so I'm looking at this and going, okay, either the 5 has to come out like this, or it has to connect like that, right? Because there's really no other way for this 5 to connect with the other 5. Like, can't go around or anything along those lines. So, but if I was to do something like this, then that blocks off these 15s. These 15s can't connect like that. So, so I'm gonna make the assumption that it's gonna be this one. Um, we don't really have a lot of room for the 15s though, so we're gonna need to kind of move around a little bit like that. 14s connect. 8 doesn't really have a lot of room, so I'm assuming that's good. It was, okay. Otherwise, I would have had a hard time trying to figure out, like, what, where does it go? Um, okay. Now here's the thing. This 20 has a lot of room that's over here. So, you know, plus I could have it go up and around like this as well, you know, and do something like that if I really wanted to. But, you know, I don't know. That's the problem is that there's a lot of room around here, right? Now, thankfully, I can't do this, right? Because it blocks off these fours from being able to connect. Like if I do something like that, that's not gonna happen. Um, so, um, but the question is whether or not, like, hey, does this four connect like this? Does it connect like that? Does it connect like that? There's multiple different options there right at this moment in time. Um, this four can connect there. This four can connect there. So I don't know about these either. So it's like there's a lot of options with these fours, and I'm not quite sure. And same thing with this 15. Like, you know, how am I going to, you know, what am I setting up here? You know, there's a lot of room to maneuver here as well. So I don't know. Um, there's there's too much wiggle room here. There's too much room for me to like clearly find a correct answer. It feels like so. So I'm not quite sure what I can really do here. Maybe something like that. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, so need to do 20 up and around like that. Do this. Do that and that. Alright. that that part right there was a bit rough. So they left way too much wiggle room for me to finish there. And that's why it's like, they say that this is easy, but, you know, there's parts where it's like, I don't know, what, what potentially could work and what potentially wouldn't. So, um, you know, a lot of room for errors on that one. So I was like, okay. All right, well, that one is done. So, um, and like I mentioned before, you know, I'm not going to spend any additional time to try to, handle the Fill-a-Pix. You know, I got, normally I would, if I'm spending an hour per on these videos, you know, I wouldn't have any time to, work on this one. I mean, if you want me to, I can at least show you the puzzle. So, I mean, if you want to try to like maybe recreate it yourself and solve it yourself, I mean, you're welcome to. I'll give you a little bit of a um, time to like, like maybe do a screenshot of it or something like that if you really wanted to. But or you can, get the puzzle from the site itself. You know, initially it looks like it'd be a pretty nice one to kind of work on because, I see a lot of nines here that I could just kind of, you know, fill in for the most part, um, and, quite a number of zeros as well. So, I mean, um, you know, uh, it's one of those where it's like, at first glance, it looks like, it might be a fairly easy one, but here's the thing. Um, one, it's a, fairly large field for the most part, and two, um, you know, uh, there might be a lot of room for errors as well, like a lot of space to potentially mess up, like over here, for example, you know. So, um, so yeah, um, I won't have enough time to complete that within the next 10 minutes, so not gonna bother. So, um, at least not for the stream. So that's gonna be it for our Conceptus puzzles. We're done for today on this one. So I want to thank Kirito and MJ for stopping on by and chatting with me. Appreciate it. Anybody else that was just kind of lurking in the background, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being there, even if you were lurking. Um, check out the description for multiple links down below. Um, you know, Discord, Patreon, Throne. Um, got the stream Team Robot down there, the application page. So if you want to join up with Team Robot, you're welcome to do so. Um, Always looking for streamers or non-streamers to join up with the team. So um, would love to have you. Um, like and subscribe would be fantastic. If you're catching, especially if you're catching this when I upload these directly to YouTube. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight on our Conceptus puzzles. I'm going to go into just chatting, and then we'll be playing um, No Man's Sky in a short amount of time. So stay right there if you're watching the stream. Um, we'll continue on from here. But for those of you that are catching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy, stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.